Hey there, fun food fans. It's Karen Ricks, head chef of our kitchen classroom, and I'm here today with our not often seen chef de partie,
Hello.
my husband Dave.
Hi, guys. Don't forget, I'm also the official taste tester, which is not a hard job.
Everybody wants to volunteer to be a taste tester, right? So, Dave and I have been having an amazing discussion after reviewing even more of the incredible interviews and materials that have been available in the Virtual Worldschooling Summit this week. And we were just having a conversation about how much has changed in our lives over the past 13 plus years. Because it was actually 13 years ago that we first left the United States to go to Japan. And we're still kind of in the month-long sort of celebration of our 3-year travelversary. So it's been 3 years now that we've been traveling the world full-time. Kind of amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been. I mean, just looking at the world, our mindsets when we got married, when we left the United States, leaving Japan, and even now, it's like looking at almost 4 different people.
We do joke sometimes that it feels like
4 times 2.
A lifetime, 2 lifetimes, 3 lifetimes ago, when we look at different stages in our kind of family ethos and mindset and our lifestyle as we've moved from one place to the other over the last decade plus.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons, though, that I'm so super excited about this Virtual Worldschooling Summit. Because as long as we have been world schooling, which is longer than we even knew that there was a word for what we were doing, we have still been learning so much from all of the incredible people who are participating and giving of their experience in the amazing things that they're sharing in this Virtual World Schooling Summit. And you were telling me about just how much your thought process has changed over the last 13 years. What were you saying?
Well, one of the things I was saying was probably one of the biggest benefits, and I don't know if you want to say it's world schooling or if it's just some of it was kind of forced on me. When we lived in the United States, I had internalized a lot of ideas. Specifically, I was sharing with Karen the ideas like when you go places, you needed to wear, you could almost think of it like proper clothes. And it sounds a little bit juvenile when you say it that way, but like you started thinking, even when I was like 25 years old, and I'm still thinking, okay, when I go to the gym, I have to wear the Nike shoes because you can't just wear the no-name brand shoes because, I mean, come on, only geeks and nerds wear that stuff. And when I got to Japan, because of the fact that I knew I wasn't going to fit in with, Japanese people anyway, I don't look Japanese in any way, shape, or form, it started to free me of some of these ideas. Some of it was forced on me, because I got to Japan and I realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm now in a land where I went from being slightly larger than average to being, oh my God, this guy's huge. And you go to a 5-floor department store and they've got one little rack of stuff that might fit you.
So it's different, though, being in the minority.
Oh, totally different. Totally different. And it opened up my eyes to a lot of things that are minority lifestyles. Whether it's the various isms that you want to associate with that, whether it's terms like microaggressions or whatever. But that time in Japan, that 10 years in Japan, it led me to understanding the ideas of cutting loose what just was, I used the term with Karen, superfluous. First it was, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to buy shoes because I just need to have shoes.
Shoes are good.
Don't care about what name brand they are. They need to fit my feet. Not always possible. But then when we left Japan, it was even more of this cutting down. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, okay, I'm able to focus more on what is essential and not worry about the superfluous trimmings. Now, sometimes those superfluous trimmings are nice. You know, it's kind of like, it's like if you have a sports car, you want to worry about the engine under the thing. You know, you don't worry about whether it has a Bose sound system or not. The Bose sound system might be really, really nice, but you want to be able to go 200 kph.
What are you talking about a sports car, though? We don't even own a car, people. We like to walk most of the places that we go.
I pay for the bus.
Okay, so sometimes you can take the bus.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, over the last 13 years, we have trimmed down a lot from our lives, going from, the home that we filled over a decade, plus our international school with
Lord.
2 floors in a downtown building. We had filled that thing to the rafters too, and we got rid of all of that stuff 3 years ago to begin our full-time travels, and now we travel with a carry-on and a backpack each. So when we talk about having pared down our lives, that's been a massive, massive undertaking.
Right.
But it's more than just the physical kinds of stuff that we've gotten rid of. Exactly.
It's up here too.
And what's amazing about this World Schooling Conference is we're surrounded by a whole different kind of community of people who have been encouraging us and inspiring us to change our mindsets in the most amazing and unbelievable ways. One of the challenges of raising a child while we have experiencing this nomadic lifestyle is that there are a lot of different ways to do that. And so building community, like what we've seen Amoya Knudsen doing in Mexico, is incredibly powerful. It's empowering because we know that there are other people raising children who are like-minded. And so,
really awesome people too. I mean,
so it's great to see you doing that, Amoya. And also other people who are running a business while raising a family. I've had the opportunity to work with Adriana Monique Alvarez, who also contributes a lot of great business mindset, and getting people to see that you can do things differently from the way in which your community did that, wherever you grew up as a child. You can step outside of that narrative and do something entirely differently. And that has been one of the biggest changes I think we've both seen, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I compare the mindset that I was indoctrinated with growing up to the mindset that I have now, and it's not just something as cut and dried as saying going from an employee mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset or anything else like that. It's a lot more than that.
It's not even as simple as saying going from public school education to homeschooling, unschooling, world schooling, which we're doing now. Because we met in public school. We went through public school for, all of junior high school, all of that stuff. But even more than that, we've had a chance to learn from people like Ka and Katie Sundance, who are not only living this incredible lifestyle, but pursuing passions and creating the most impactful businesses. And it was really exciting to hear them talking about how the people whose lives they touch, the people who they teach, are also influential people who are reaching out and touching other influential people. And it's creating this sort of ripple effect throughout the community. I had no idea when we set off on this journey that world schooling would be a part of our lives. And so it's amazing to know that you too now have access to the lives and the mindset and the teachings of a lot more influential people like those that we mentioned here in the Virtual Worldschooling Summit. It's crazy because did you ever imagine, really, 13 years ago when we left the US, that we would be in Albania?
Oh, heck no. I mean, yes, I could find Albania on a map even then, so...
Better than me, because I couldn't.
Yeah, excuse me. But at the same time, there was no idea in my head I was ever going to go to Albania. That's another thing just quickly that I want to mention before Karen finishes up for us. The beauty of this summit is that there are so many presenters that no matter your flavor of world schooling, no matter your personal ethos, no matter your mantra, whatever you want to say, whatever makes you, okay, you're going to find somebody that you can connect with and draw from and get inspiration from.
And relate to.
Exactly, because, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I may not see eye to eye on every issue with every presenter. There's a lot of things I'm going to be listening and I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you. But that's okay. We can meet with respect, we can discuss things with respect, and you can draw inspiration from somebody there. So listen and, I hope you draw inspiration from us.
Would you ever have believed that we would be doing this, though, too? I mean, I feel like World Schooling has helped us both to draw upon the best of our hopes and dreams for not just creating the kind of life that we want to live with our child, but helping other parents and families to be able to do the same, too.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm excited, not just in the work that we do, in the travels, and in the life that we lead, but in the education that we're able to share, in the stories that we're able to contribute to the broad spectrum community that is the world schooling community, of which we are honored to be a part. Because quite frankly, 13 years ago when we were leaving the United States, I had no idea that this would be our lives. And the main reason was because I didn't see anybody who looked like me even considering doing anything like this. And so part of my goal now in participating is to make sure that that no matter what you look like, no matter what your background, no matter what your belief system, there is somebody who is out here like you doing what we're doing, and they're thriving. It's really, really an incredible experience. We're not all a bunch of poor backpackers just, taking a gap year and begging for money as we wander around the world, hopping from hostel to hostel, dragging a screaming child in tow and not knowing what we're going to do with our lives. Really.
He's usually dragging us.
Well, that's true too. We have a very headstrong child who knows what he wants in life and is excited to go after it. And we want to empower you to be that headstrong, childlike person who's going after what you want in life and creating the life that you want to live. That's what we're doing. And we're excited to be able to introduce more people to the concepts that were brand new to us just a few years ago too. So if you haven't already done so, this is our plea. Highly, highly encourage you to check out the links below this video.
Definitely.
So that you can get your free registration, get access to all the teaching that's happening here today. And I'm going to go ahead and say, don't just get the free registration, get the all access pass.
Yeah.
The bonuses alone are more than worth it. And then you'll be able to not only see all of the presenters, but you can take your time doing it. I feel like I need to drop everything I'm doing all week long just to catch up on half of the presentations that are being offered over the course of this week. It's not enough time, but it's a great way to start. So follow the link for the Virtual World Schooling Summit. Get in, learn, and start your world schooling adventure today. We'll see you again tomorrow when we come back and talk more about all the fun that we're having here in our kitchen classroom, here in Tirana, Albania, and just on our world schooling adventure. Thanks for joining along. We'll see you guys later.
Take care, guys.